Hello everybody, Carlos here, running in the Forest of Fun, heading towards the meadows. Today I'm going to run to Lowbrunner Park. It's a little park off Robinwood, I believe? No, what's it called? It'll come to me in a minute. Anyway, Donwood, that's right, just off Donwood. And it's going to be 8 minutes of video right now, ending at 8:51 real time. I just heard a zone 3 as I head up a hill. Once again, this huge tree lying across the trail has been down for 20 years now. You can tell by the way the stump has discolored. And up ahead is the pouting cyclops tree. You see the one eye and the pouty lips? Yep, pouting cyclops. He's got a cigar in his mouth. How about that? Alright, so there's still some more uphill here. I've already recorded my submission for Kevin and his show, the Extra Mile podcast. That'll be going off to him today. Hear the birds? There's one big crow somewhere up there making noise. So I'm going to be using the audio from my camera regardless of whether it gets rained on. I mean, the audio will still be valid. I have my earbuds in so I can keep abreast of my stats as I begin to run again. Norma was listening to a podcast about sarcopenia, which is the condition that older people get as they age. Their muscles shrink. And she was saying that for trail running, the most important thing is leg strength. I would tend to agree with her, but you know, having been a lifelong trail runner, you would imagine that my leg strength was pretty good, but I know for a fact that it isn't. So going to the gym and doing leg presses is probably quite a good strategy for me to keep my leg muscles strong. The other thing that I've noticed is if I'm conscious of picking up my knees, I tend to run faster and get more coverage on my strides. They always talk about high knees as one of the drills that you're supposed to do when you're running track and field. High knees, butt kicks, and strides. Those are the three features that separate an ultra runner from a short distance runner. Most of my career was based on long distance events which involve efficiency, which does not involve too much high knees, too many butt kicks, or too many strides. My stride length is compromised by the terrain most of the time. And as an ultra runner, the more efficient you are, the more likelihood you are of finishing your event before the cutoff. The problem with that is that you tend to glide across the surface rather than prance across the surface, because you're not using as much energy if you're not lifting too high off the ground. But the problem there is that you tend to trip, especially as you tire, and more so if you have gained weight recently. So I'm going to start incorporating squats into my daily wake-up routine. I'm going to do some body weight squats. I'm thinking of using a stool or a chair beneath me so that I don't go down too far. Talking of two, I have 2 minutes left on this clip. As I pause for the beauty of it all, I'm hoping that you can see the Olympic Peninsula way off in the skyline. Not the first line, that's still part of Victoria, but the far line is the other side of the Juan de Fuca Strait, the narrow arm of water that separates Vancouver Island from the Washington Peninsula. So as I let this clip run out on itself, I will shut up and let you enjoy the view. Hopefully I won't trip up. This section is a real ankle bruiser. You got to be careful not to get your foot caught. Zone 2. Okay, end of clip number 1. So the next clip, 8:53, 9:01, will be the end of this clip. Still heading down Mercer towards Blenkinsop Road. Can you hear the geese? This is 2.9 kilometers from my fridge. As I approach Blenkinsop Road, I will leave the camera rolling. If there's traffic, I will not speak. As you can see, I'm not wearing gloves today. It's mainly so I can operate my equipment. I might have a drop of rain on my lens by now, but no big deal. So 3 kilometers done. I have about another kilometer or so to the turnaround, and then I'm going to be coming back this self-same way. So rather than make too long an episode, I will stop the video at Lobrana Park. and say bye-bye to you there. So this is Blenkinsop Road. And there are the geese. They're all chatting at the moment, planning a little flight of fancy. Way off in the distance in that field are the longhorn cattle. They have been moved away from the Lochside Trail. Alright, now I cross Zone 1. This is Blenkinsop Road. This is a road that goes around the back of Mount Douglas, the Forest of Fun and the Mountain of Joy, as I call them. I've just come off the meadows and now I'm going to be heading down Lowbrunner Road towards the Lochside Trail. The longhorn cattle have been moved into the upper pasture. Lowbrunner Road and down to the Lochside Trail. I'm going to try and remember to keep my hands a little bit lower. Heart rate 126. 8 minutes something per kilometer. So this run will probably take me about 64 minutes, I guess. Maybe a little bit longer. Maybe an hour and 10. Let me check. Another 4 minutes. And I'll be at the bottom of the Donwood Stairs. The rain is getting a little bit heavier now. Next time I put the camera on, I will clean the lens. But this clip might be besmirched already. The other thing that I'm noticing is my strap from my hoodie is flapping around a little bit, possibly getting in the shot, but no big deal. This is a real life, real situation recording. I have been reluctant to adopt too much modern technology, mostly because it is too darn expensive. But second of all is because for the extra expense, you're just getting a slightly smoother vision of your run, almost a clinical view. I'd rather something a little more, how could I say, raw. That's why I use old school technology for most of my recording. So this is the Lochside Trail. This is a rail trail where I do a lot of my training. Just before where you see that woman, I will be turning to the left. We'll probably meet right at the junction of the trail. At the moment, as you can see, I'm heading straight for her. Oh, she's going my way. Zone 4. As I walk, there's a bluebird up there in the tree. There he is. He has a crest on his head. So the downward stairs is next. "30 seconds left on this clip." Zone 4. So 9:02, 9:10 will be the end of the show. Hopefully I'll get to Lode Runner Park by then. Just checking that it was recording. I lost a whole 8-minute clip from my show on Sunday because I forgot to check. There is a nice bush carved just along here on the right. You see it? There you go. Big smiley face, shaggy hair. Okay. Gotta keep pushing on just so that you get to see the park, Lode Runner Park. I did forget to clean the lens. I'm sorry about that. This is the turn that I take. I just heard halfway to my goal. So this run is going to be a little longer than 5 miles. A bit longer than 8K, probably 8.3K, because the park itself is tiny, tiny, tiny. It's a pocket-sized park. There's the sign, Lode Runner Park. You can see how small this pond actually is. But it is a very convenient turnaround for me for a 5-mile trail run. So far, I've run about 1.5K of asphalt, and I'm up to 4. I used to have a client that lived in that house when I was working in home care. That's how come I knew this pond was here. Helicopter overhead. I won't compete with the thrashing blades. Zone 4. I'm quite well dressed today, so I am warming up quite quickly here as I take a final scan of the scenery. Let me check on the time. I've still got 4 minutes. That'll probably get me back to the Donwood stairs. Good morning. Okay, back on the asphalt for one last time. So this will be about a 25-minute episode, provided I have no edits to make. You'll get the whole thing live, real time, full time. Excuse me, that was my porridge. Today I've already been cooking up a storm. I cooked lentils with carrots, tomatoes, mushrooms, onion, garlic, chicken stock, and what else? Yeah, that's about it. Some garam masala seasoning and a little bit of chili, not too much. I share a lot of my food with Norma, and she has a lower tolerance for spices than I do. Hasn't been a very bad day for recording. There's very little wind, which is great, and very little rain. Hopefully nothing has spoiled the video stream. As I approach Donwood, zooming in on Mount Douglas, as I say goodbye to you all from my run to Low Runner Park. I see a dog. Hello, dog.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi there.
Howdy.
4.66 kilometers as I just about pop out onto the Lockside Trail. This is the running jackal saying bye-bye to you from his run, from his midweek show. Bye-bye.